Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today our topic is communication in animals. It is another subtype of the intraspecific ecological interaction. Now, what are these communication? Basically, the communication, it refers to the transmission or exchange of information among the members of a species. Most of the animals, they can send, receive, and interpret the meaningful signals. These signals can be chemical, tactile, auditory, visual, and electrical. So these communications, basically they are performed, or they can actually, these communications or this information transmission can be performed through various signals. These signals can be in the form of chemical signals, visual signals, auditory, visual, auditory, and tactile, electrical. So we can say there are the various modes, or there are the different signals through which the individuals of a species, they can communicate, they can transmit information among its individuals. So let us try to understand these various signals one by one. First, there is chemical communication, or the chemical signals, which help in the communication, which help in the transmission of the messages or information among the individuals. Now, what are these chemical signals? Basically, chemical signals जो होते हैं, or you can say these chemicals, here this communication is performed by certain chemical substances. These chemical substances, these are further of two types. One is known as the pheromones. Next, and the second one is allochemicals. Now, what are the pheromones? Basically, the pheromones, these are the substances, or these are the chemicals which are released by an organism into the environment in order to evoke a certain behavioral change in the other members of this group. So in this, these are basically the secretions, chemical secretions or substances जो कि एक ऑर्गेनिज्म रिलीज करता है इन्वायरमेंट में. तो इससे क्या होता है, इससे दिस एक्चुअली causes the behavioral change in the other members of this group. तो इस तरह एक्चुअली वो कम्युनिकेट करता है इन केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस के जरिए से कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन. ठीक है ना. Here these pheromones or these chemicals, they can be detected by smell or taste. ठीक. So let us try to understand, or let's take few examples where these pheromones, they play an important role in the process of communication. For example, if we will see in case of the foraging ants, ants में एक इंटरेस्टिंग फिनोमेना हम देखते हैं जिसे वो अपने इंडिविजुअल्स को या एक दूसरे को कम्युनिकेट करते हैं. बेसिकली दीज फॉरेजिंग ants, they release, or actually they leave trailer substance, or trailer substance. along the path so that the other workers they actually come to know regarding the path which leads to the food, and the same path is used by these workers to come back to their colony or to their home after gathering or after collection of the food. यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो ants होते हैं ये एक किस्म का केमिकल सब्सटेंस जिसको हम फेरोमोन कहते हैं वो इसको रिलीज करते हैं, जिनको हम कहते हैं ना ट्रेलर सब्सटेंसेस। इन ट्रेलर सब्सटेंस की मतलब मदद से जो वर्कर्स होते हैं इस कॉलोनी के, आंट कॉलोनी के, तो वो ये जान जाते हैं कि भाई इस बात पे जाके हमें ये मतलब जो मतलब फूड सोर्स है ये पाथ हमें वहां तक ले जाएगी। और एक तो वहां से फूड कलेक्ट करते हैं आफ्टर फॉलोइंग दिस पाथ वेयर दीज फेरोमोन्स और दिस ट्रेलर सब्सटेंसेस आर लेफ्ट बाय दीज फॉरेजिंग आंट्स। तो फिर इसी बात को रिट्रेस करके वो अपने नेस्ट तक पहुंचते हैं। तो दिस इज वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल। दूसरे अगर हम देखेंगे इन केस अगर हम देखेंगे कि जो ये हम ये कहेंगे बीज, क्वीन बी, क्वीन बी भी एक फेरोमोन रिलीज करते हैं, सीक्रेट करते हैं, उसको हम कहते हैं एंटी क्वीन सबस्टेंस। ये एंटी क्वीन सबस्टेंस इट इज द टाइप ऑफ द फेरोमोन और केमिकल सिक्रीशन। बेसिकली ये जो क्वीन होती है, यहाँ बी क्वीन होते हैं, इट रिलीज दिस सबस्टेंसेस एंड इट इज द सिग्नल फॉर द वर्कर्स टू अवॉइड बिल्डिंग ऑफ द नेस्ट फॉर द न्यू क्वीन्स। तो इससे वो अवॉइड, ये इनको सिग्नल मिलती है, कम्युनिकेट करते हैं इस एंटी क्वीन सबस्टेंस के जरिए से कि आपको भाई ये यहाँ पे जो मतलब नई क्वीन्स आने वाले हैं इनके लिए मतलब नेस्ट को नहीं बनाना है, ठीक है ना, इसको अवॉइड करना है। तीसरा, जो फीमेल मॉस्किटो मॉथ्स, सॉरी फीमेल सिलिक मॉथ्स, देखो जो ये फीमेल सिलिक मॉथ होती है इट सिक्रीट्स ए सेक्स अट्रैक्टेंट, एक सबस्टेंस जो सिक्रीट करता है फेरोमोन, सेक्स अट्रैक्टेंट, जिसका नाम हम देते हैं, इसको हम कहते हैं बॉम्बे कोल, कोल। ये इससे क्या होता है कि by secreting this Bombay coal or sex attract these female moths, they can actually attract their male partners from larger distance। यानी कि इसको स्क्रीट करके जो इसका अपोजिट सेक्स होता है, मेल पार्टनर होता है, इसको ये अट्रैक्ट करते हैं बहुत मतलब दूर से, फ्रॉम सेवरल किलोमीटर्स। तो इसी तरह अगर हम देखेंगे जो फीमेल डॉग्स होते हैं, फीमेल डॉग्स भी सेक्स अट्रैक्टेंट्स को रिलीज करते हैं, and these sex attractants they can attract their male partner from a certain distance about 1 kilometer। तो इस तरह अगर हम देखेंगे another very interesting example is in case of the mammals। Musk and other odorous substances are secreted by the mammals, which are actually used to mark their territories, to identify the members of the herd, and they are used as sex attractants during the breeding seasons। These are the various examples where we can see how these pheromones they act as the substances for the process, for the purpose of the communication, for different purposes। So this is regarding the pheromones। As already I have told you that these chemical signals they fall into two these chemical substances which help in communication. They fall in two categories. One is known as pheromones and another is known as allochemical. Now what are allochemicals? allochemicals. Basically, these allochemicals, these are the substances, or these are the chemical substances which are released by one species and affects the other species. These allochemicals, they are further of two types. One is known as allomones and another is chiromones. Chiromones. Now, what are allomones? Allomones, these are basically the allochemicals which actually have the adaptive advantage in the organisms which secrete them, which produce them. उनमें इसके लिए adaptive advantage होता है. They can be attractants, they can be repellents as well as the attractants. ये एलोमोन्स रिपेलेंट्स भी होते हैं एंड इनमें कुछ अट्रैक्टेंट्स भी होते हैं. Let us take first actually what are the repellents? Repellents, these are the allomones which are actually secreted during when these animals they are attacked. To avoid the attack or against the attack, these are produced or these are secreted against the attack, these repellents. For example, अगर हम इसमें कुछ एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू इसको क्लियर करेंगे कि रेपेलेंट कहाँ पे ये कौन सिक्रीट करते हैं. ये जो होता है उसको हम कहते हैं सकन. SKUN, सकन. बेसिकली इट इज द नॉर्थ अमेरिकन एक मैमल होता है. मैमल इसमें क्या होता है, व्हेन दिस सकन इट इज अटैक्ड by its predator, at that time it produces a strong odorous substance from the pair of anal glands. इस तरह वो रिपेल मतलब जो इसका प्रेडिटर होता है वो रिपेल करता है, वो मतलब भाग जाता है. तो इसी तरह बहुत सारे जो एलोमोन्स होते हैं, दे आर अट्रैक्टेंट्स. Basically, these are secreted to attract its prey or to attract the pollinators. For example, there are some predators like Scalidon, which is known as a dogfish. It can smell the food from the larger distances. And on the other hand, there are many these insectivorous plants like sandew plants, जिसको हम ड्रोसेरा कहते हैं. It secretes certain chemical substances, certain these allomones, which can attract the insects, that is its prey. On the other hand, there are flowers which secretes or which release the scent, that is smell, by which the pollinator insects are attracted. So these are the various examples where we see how these allomones they actually can perform this process of communication, or they help in the process of the communication. And मैंने आपको बताया था there are another type of these allochemicals. There is another type of the allochemicals, that is pheromones. The pheromones, these are also the allomones which have the adaptive advantage in the organisms which receive them. ठीक है, जो इनको रिसीव करता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, pheromones का रोल हम देखते हैं कि आपको पता है कि किसी वक्त क्या होता है कि जो कैट मतलब जो रैट होता है, रैट कैन स्मेल द ऑर्डर ऑफ ए कैट एंड इट actually hides itself or it can run away. तो यहाँ पे pheromone का रोल रहता है. This is regarding the first type of the signals, that is chemical signals. As I have already told, this communication, it is actually performed by certain types of the signals which are chemical signals, tactile signals, visual signals, auditory, and the electrical signals. This was first the chemical. Now, what are the visual or these tactile signals? Tactile signals. In these signals, here the communication is performed, or here in this case, the sender as well as the receiver individuals, they are in contact, they have bodily touch, they are in bodily contact, they are bodily in contact, their bodies are in contact, and by coming together, by touching with each other, they can actually communicate certain messages, useful information. For example, the preening, हम ये कहेंगे कि mutual preening of the birds, actually to take the oil from the oil glands, अपने आप को preen करना, ठीक है ना. तो this is the signal for the courtship, for the mating, ठीक है ना. तो इसी तरह हम देखते हैं कि grooming in the primates, primata, you know, it is one of the order of the class Mammalia. तो मैमल्स का एक क्लास है जिसको हम प्राइमेट्स, वो ग्रूमिंग करते हैं अपने मतलब जब इनको अपने पार्टनर को अट्रैक्ट करना होता है, या हम ये कहेंगे ग्रूमिंग करते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ, वो मिलके मतलब एक्चुअली वहाँ पे वो टेक्टाइल सिग्नल्स के थ्रू कुछ कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, कम्युनिकेशन रिगार्डिंग मैटिंग, ब्रीडिंग एटसेट्रा. तो इसी तरह एक और है जिसको हम कहते हैं visual signals. Basically, there are some indications, or there are some external structures by which we can identify the sex of the individual in a group. For example, man, M-A-N-E, man in line indicates it is a male line, and brilliant plumage of peepholes. तो ये indicate करता है the sex of the individual. By visualizing their external structures, we can differentiate whether it is a male partner or the female partner in a group. This is another type of the sort of communication, a sort of signal by which we can identify. ठीक है ना. तो इसी तरह हम कुछ विजुअली हम ये भी देखते हैं, जो हनी बीज होते हैं, they perform certain dances. This is the indication towards the direction towards the direction and source of the food. जिस डायरेक्शन में डांस परफॉर्म करते हैं, इससे इंडिकेट होता है कि सोर्स ऑफ द फूड इस डायरेक्शन में है, एंड दिस मतलब by performing certain these dances by these honey bees, they can this is a sort of visual signal by which they communicate their partners the direction of the food source. तो इसी तरह एक और है जिसको हम कहते हैं ऑडिटरी सिग्नल्स. ये वो सिग्नल्स होते हैं यहाँ पे जो डिफरेंट इंडिविजुअल्स या इंडिविजुअल्स ऑफ ए स्पीशीज होते हैं, दे परफॉर्म सर्टेन और दे प्रोड्यूस सर्टेन मैटिंग कॉल्स. For example, croaking sound or this sound produced by the frogs. This is the indication for the courtship or the breeding. ठीक है ना. तो कुछ कॉल्स के जरिए या किसी वक्त क्या करता है, जो क्रोज होते हैं, they produce the mobbing sounds, and when they are attacked by some predator like cat or other owl, तो उस वक्त वो कुछ साउंड्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं जिससे वो मतलब इकट्ठे आते हैं, मॉबिंग होती हैं. तो दिस इज अनदर टाइप ऑफ द इंडिकेटर ऑफ द सिग्नल, जिसको हम कहते हैं ऑडिटरी, टू प्रोड्यूस द ऑडिशन, टू प्रोड्यूस द साउंड्स, है ना. तो in order to communicate, in order to inform the other individuals of the same species. तो ये भी एक मतलब टाइप की सिग्नल होते हैं जिसको हम कहते हैं ऑडिटरी. एंड द लास्ट वन दैट इज electrical signals. Electrical signals, basically electric ray and electric eel. There are many there are many fish like eels, electric eels and electric rays. which can produce the electrical signals, or which can produce these electric मतलब electric हम ये कहेंगे कि electric signals they produce, either actually to protect themselves from the attack of the predators or to stun its prey. ठीक है ना? So this here these electrical signals in these fishes, they have the survival advantage there. ठीक है ना? So this is all regarding today's topic, that is communication in the animals, how this communication is they are performed, what are the various signals by which these communications or by which this information is transmitted or exchanged between the individuals of a species. This is regarding today's topic. Inshallah, in the next video we will take another subtopic. Till then, fi amanillah. Thank you.